11 Practical Tips to Forget Someone You Love. Deeply. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Being in a one-sided love is a painful experience. You love the person unconditionally, and they don't love you back or reciprocate your efforts. If you are pondering how to forget someone you love, this post can help you. No matter how much you love a person, if they value you enough and treat you like an option, it is imperative to cut them off from your life for the sake of your emotional well-being. However, forgetting someone you love is never easy. The more you try not to think about them, the more they occupy your thoughts. However, once you get over the person and move on with your life, stop chasing them. If you have been justifying someone's bad behavior or the hard time they gave you, then that person is clearly not right for you. Your partner could be the most gorgeous-looking person on earth, but if they have never treated you properly, there's no point in chasing them. Wipe your rose-colored glasses and see who that person really is, and you might not feel the same again. Therefore, grieve as much as you want, but in the end, evolve and be a better version of yourself. You are worthy and deserving of love and respect. Now, accept the situation. Often we carry a torch for someone we love for years because we cannot face the bitter truth that the relationship is over. You continue to be the torchbearer with the hope that your partner will realize their mistakes and come back to you. But that may never happen, so stop being harsh on yourself and blow off this torch of hope so that you can move forward. 3. Disconnect from that person. You may think that almost everyone stalks their ex on Facebook or Instagram, and so it's no big deal to do it. Should I call my ex, you may ask. If you really want to forget that person, it is best to block them on all social media platforms. The more you track them online, the more difficult it will be for you to move on. Forgive yourself. The best way to forget the special someone in your life is to forgive yourself. You have to make a conscious effort to forgive yourself and let go. Though it may seem unbearable now, in the future, you might remember it fondly, without bitterness. Because by then, you must have found the true love of your life. Do not give in to self-loathing. Forgive yourself and let time heal all wounds. Avoid dwelling in the past. The moment your mind starts walking down the what if, or maybe if I tried harder path, stop right there. Such a feeling will lead to a vicious circle of regret and sadness. You should avoid dwelling in the past. Release expectations of any kind that the person will change for you. The best way to avoid being in the past is by being in the present, and the quickest way to be in the present moment is to be in your body. Some ways of doing that include doing some jumping jacks, practice yoga, or do anything that will take your mind off these thoughts. 6. Avoid the blame game. Many things can go wrong between two people, and the blame should not fall on only one person. There's no point in trying to hate the person you once loved. Instead, think of it as an old movie that met its predetermined end. You enjoyed it while it lasted, and now it's time to watch something new. Go. Make a promise to move on. Once you have accepted the situation, make a promise to yourself that no matter how painful it is, you will detach yourself from the past and move on in life. Be aware that it might be challenging and heartbreaking, but be prepared to do everything to leave it all behind and start afresh. Great. Avoid accidental encounters. If you and your ex live in close proximity, you may be aware of the places your ex frequents. You could be tempted to visit those places hoping to bump into your ex, but avoid doing so. Stay strong and cut off your ex from your life completely. Get rid of old reminders. Mourning over memories can sometimes be painful and triggering in the healing process. This is the time to slowly get rid of those old reminders. An example of this is throwing away DVDs that you may have, watched together, or gifts you have shared. Dispose of even the smallest object in your house that reminds you of your partner. The faster you erase old memories, the easier it will be to forget your partner. If it is difficult for you to erase every single reminder but retain a few good memories that may help you get over them. When writer G. Mendelsohn lost her grandfather, he decided to live with his memories rather than mourn for him excessively. A few years later, He adopted the same approach for a romantic breakup with his girlfriend. He says, "With my recent breakup, things are a bit tougher, because I run into her every day, making it tough to forget her, even if I wanted to. So I tried applying the same response that I did with my grandpa. I see her and say hi, but I also make it a point to remember her as being this quirky, funny, sarcastic woman, and it makes me smile. I even laugh when I think about the arguments we had. If I start thinking about why we broke up or the emotions that stirred around it, I'd be pissed for sure. But that has no positive outcome in the end, so why bother?" 10. Remember that you deserve love. Remember, there is a difference between someone loving you and someone being nice to you. Just because they reply to your texts, it does not mean they love you back. They're just feeding upon your loneliness. If they love you, they will show it more explicitly, and you will feel it more deeply. If both are missing, then it is time to break the bond and stop waiting for it. Remember, you deserve someone who truly loves you. 11. Welcome new people in your life. You may or may not be a social person, but you can always try talking to new people. Point to consider. While it may seem tempting, avoid being in a rebound relationship. Also, don't rush into dating someone just because you want to forget your ex, as it may make things complicated. Frequently ask questions. How long does it take to stop loving? The time required to forget a loved one might vary from person to person. If the connection was deep, it might take a person years to forget their loved ones. The feelings may not recede in a single moment either. They might resurface from time to time, but eventually you may come to terms with the situation and move on. Sue. Why is forgetting a loved one so hard? Memories shared with the person you loved once make it difficult to forget them. Struggles to get over them could also be because you still have feelings for them, and you think you might not find someone better than them. How can I accept that someone I love doesn't love me anymore? Coming to terms with unrequited loved ones isn't easy, but you can endure this journey with practical strategies. Begin by acknowledging your emotions and feelings. Accept the situation and give yourself ample time and space to heal. Avoid constant reminders of the relationship and create some distance from anything that ties you to old memories. Most importantly, surround yourself with supportive friends and focus on self-care. Key pointers. Moving on from someone you love requires you to make a promise to yourself to get over it. Stop yourself from chasing after them. Accept the situation and don't be too hard on yourself. Try separating yourself from things that remind you of them, such as a gift or a specific song, and learn to love yourself. Sayonara.